Hello everybody, how y'all doing? Just getting a little settled in here. Scratch my back. Yeah. There we go. So welcome, I'm DC. You can find me all over the internet. DC Lasair. !DC in chat. Brings up my website, my Blue Sky, do the things. I have affiliate links for you as well. First one coming up is for Doris, a new link in bio site. There's plenty to do for free, and if you like what you see, use my affiliate code DC Lasair to get 30% off for 3 whole months. And also Fantasy Grounds. Fantasy Grounds is a VTT, and they came out with a fantastic reader app, now in beta. And use the affiliate link when you make a purchase to support me. Alright. Going on, who said hello? JD Lady, hi. Welcome on in. So today we're having a bit of a different craft day. I need to make an outline for my video on the TTRPG Campaign Vault, because it's a larger project, so I need something to put up on my prompter to kind of follow along with. So, I'll be working on that today. Hope everyone's doing good this fine Wednesday. Do a real quick look at things. Making sure there's nothing I wanted to bring up right off the top. So yesterday we talked about Notepad++. And this is just a reminder that if you use Notepad++, you should update and only get it from the download from their website. Make sure the URL is correct. Again, if you use Notepad++, here's their statement on what happened and how they fixed things. And the official website is notepadplus.org. I think that was everything. Oh, I wanted to, well, I might save that discussion for a minute. There's another discussion I want to have, but I think I'll save that in the background when we get working. Let's see. Double checking stuff. Yeah, all right. Let's break into this then. Scheduling tomorrow will be back to Suikoden 2, and Friday will be Tech Friday as usual. All right, we're gonna go into my old pal Obsidian, and I gotta make sure I get the right scene because I made a new scene just to do this. Boop! Hey, look at that! All right, and I spun around and everything. That was pretty cool. So, some of you don't, and let's play some music while I do this. As you may know, I've been creating a TTRPG Campaign Vault, and I made some new instructions for it because I just thought of a better way to tell people everything. And I also want to have a video, but because the video is going to be a longer video and divided into segments, I need some sort of outline to follow along with as I talk about the various subjects going on. So that's get into it. And you can see I have my document up. This is an Obsidian TTRPG Vault video. Well, this is the Vault video Voutline, right? Yeah, it's the Voutline. Vault video Voutline. And let me get to my instructions. I have my other vault on my other screen. So I'm kind of looking here and here. So first up, I think I want to add a couple properties here. Actually, if I do, it's this. Yeah. Let's make these tags. And so video, I already have a videos tag. And what else? TTRPG outline. Okay, this note is in my main personal vault, so I want to make sure I tag it for myself for later. All right, so we have an intro. And what do I want to do during the intro? Oh, okay. Sorry, I had a window pop up that I wasn't used to seeing. So yeah, if you want to co-work and lurk, that's great. Intro. I need to describe the mile-high view of the vault. Let's see here. We need vault's purpose. Before that, then I'll make it its own section, but it's almost a subsection. Let's do Markdown and Markdown and Obsidian. And let's see here. Why use Markdown? Human readable and can be opened any text editor. Oops. I can't spell Obsidian today. There we go. Aha, I did it. Typed words and they worked. I don't know if I want to call it a note management app. What does Obsidian call Obsidian? Free and flexible app for your private thoughts. Okay. That's not great. Okay. I think I'll leave it as that. If I think of something better, we'll change it. And Obsidian is free for private and commercial use, which is really fantastic. You can check out Obsidian if you hadn't heard that before. That's one of the big reasons why I use Obsidian, is because commercial use became free last year. I think it was last year. And you can still, if you want to support the team, they're like, here, there's a commercial license, you know, as well, if you want to support what Obsidian does. So there's still ways to pay for Obsidian, and there's a couple features like if you want to use Obsidian itself for your vault syncing, that's a paid option. And if you want to share your vault online, they have a paid option for that. But you can use tons of other options as well. There are various community plugins that do the same thing. There are free ways of doing that as well. So it really is, if you want to support Obsidian, or if these solutions are just going to be easier for you to use, you can. But all right. So we got Markdown and Obsidian. So I want to talk about. There. And then, how do I want to go about this? Design. Do I want to break into more of the design intent? Yeah, let's do the... Yeah, I'll just copy what I have it called in my Vault design intent. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, wondering why I'm not writing out a full script for myself, anything like that, let's see here. Design intent. See here. Build your world through adventure. It's kind of my tagline for it, so good time to bring it up. Then, campaign, 2 adventures, 2 sessions. Use Obsidian properties. All right. And then we need steps. So first step is to copy the folder, or copy the main folder. And I'm going to encourage people to copy the folder so that they always have a kind of a master folder section of the vault, and they can just copy it for each new campaign, rename that folder the name of the campaign, but they don't have to go and re-download the the vault, because they'll just always have all the pieces together for them before they break it apart however they want for the campaign they're using. Then campaign outline. Adventure outline 2. Session outline. The All right, so we have that. So then the next section I have is a big folders outline. I go through what every single folder is in each thing. I think I'll leave that to the written instructions, because that will just crowd up the video. I think I can, as soon as I open it, people can, see what's going on as I go through the video. And then there's in the player info area. There we go. The note in the appropriate vault in the appropriate folder. In the player info area. There we go. Okay, so I have intro, I have why use Markdown and Obsidian, my design intent, the steps, okay, actually, I won't go through it. I should do something on folders, though. Now that I think about it, because that might be useful. So let's just call it folders. And what I want here, let's see here. Brief overview of each folder. Templates. Okay. Then this would be review of the templates. Oh, organization. Yes. We need that. Oops. So I'm gonna show how to use properties. Let's do this. Properties, tags, bases. Oops. And then I need a, what do I need last? Recap. And an outro. Okay, now then, is this everything I want to say about it? Let's see here. Intro should take about, say a minute. Mark down Obsidian. Another couple minutes. Design intent. Probably another couple minutes. So say we're at roughly, I don't know. I won't know until I talk through it all and everything. But I'm trying to figure it. So say roughly 6 minutes for these first 3 items. Now we get into the longer bits. Those steps. I'm going to show off the outlines too. So we'll say, ooh, this could be a 7-minute thing. So let's figure 2 minutes here. Here, probably another 2. Actually, no, let's give myself a minute for that. That should be pretty good. That and steps. You get probably good 7 minutes. Overview. Probably a good 3 to 4. Let's just say 4. Template shouldn't take long. That's a 2-minute thing. Organization. This is probably going to be another longer section. I probably want to give myself around 5 minutes for that. And recap should be about 2 minutes. The outro, no more than a minute. So what do I have? 3, 5, 12, 16, 18, 23, 25, 26-minute video, approximately. And that's a very rough guess. I could, depending on the speed at which I talk. And how quickly I go through things. All right, and then make a line here. Apps needed. OBS. And then there's a plugin I want to try. Oh, there it is. Okay. OBS. Here we go. Let's see if it, when was it last? Last update was April of last year. Okay. I was going to use a source record. Let's see here. Have you been giving talks to a point where you can generally guess what the time will take without having to practice it? Yeah, more so for the producing stuff. And I've been talking about this roughly for a while now. So, I mean, these are really rough estimates here, but I think because I'm going to be showing off a piece of the vault in Obsidian, I'm going to be clicking things, and there'll just be some music underneath while I click and show a thing. Probably need to expand the time a little more, so that's why we have 7 minutes for the steps type of thing. As I go through, click, look at it, and if I think of anything else. But yeah, a lot of it is just, I've given talks before. I know about how long I take on certain things. Because I usually don't make an outline for videos. It's, a lot of times if I'm just talking about one particular thing, I have in mind what I want to talk about, what I'm going to, and then I just go. And then when it's done, right? But since this is a little more in depth of a thing, I want to make sure I get in everything. So I'm going to be putting this outline here up in my prompter screen, and I'll be reading it as I record the demonstration video. So yeah, I think that... So yeah, as long as I'm talking about tech or, you know, producing, I pretty much know how long I can ramble and get to the important stuff. And most of what I do is just give myself an outline, and then I go from there, because the outline is just to spark what I want to say in my brain and not be the full thing. You know, if I was doing something like, say I was doing a video like legal kimchi, I would want everything written out, because there's going to be a lot of facts, a lot of things you want to get right. I would want full, you know, 1,200 word scripts, or how many ever it takes. But for something like this, yeah, just an outline is fine for me anyway. Yeah, you know, plus I've been using my own vault for a while now, so I feel comfortable enough, that I'm familiar enough with it, that I know what I want to talk about it. It's just making sure I have it in an order that'll make sense to everybody, because I go down rabbit holes. So I'll try not to go down too many rabbit holes while I'm recording this video. Let's see here. We were going to use source record, but I don't know if I want to do that. Oh wait, maybe I will. Hold on. No, this should be fine. Yeah. I might want to... Yeah, I'll have to test this out. So yeah, I'll test source record. Oops. Source record plugin. Testing needed. So what the source record plugin allows you to do is create separate video files of excuse me. Allows you to record two different sources as different video files. Tom, hello, welcome on in. So I'll have my one video file, which is me talking to the camera, and also I'll have a separate video file of my OBS vault, and that way I can just place them both on the timeline and cut between them as needed, and have one audio track for everything. Well, actually, I'll have 2 audio tracks because I want to have music underneath everything as well. How you doing, Tom? Good to see you. Just getting through my Voutline for my next video. I think I'm happy with what I have so far. See, depending how quickly I get through things, it could be about a half-hour video in total, roughly 26 minutes. Or so. So I'm going to kind of call that like the maximum time it's going to be, just because there's a lot of parts and pieces, and it's one of those things where are people going to understand what I'm doing? And I'm like, I don't know. I better do my best to explain what I can, and just I have a little more to write of the written instructions for my vault. As well, I have to put in what I gotta use, properties and tags and bases, and so make note of how to use each one of those in a written way, and then that'll be easier when I go to record because I'll have done it. So yeah, source record plugin. Let me make sure I'll be getting the right version. Yeah, okay. All right. I'm just looking it over, making sure I'm happy with everything. I don't think I'm missing anything right now I'd want to touch on. This will probably just be one segment, recap and outro. And then on the video timeline, I'll just label it outro. Maybe I'll do a recap. I kind of gotta figure out what I want to say, so the recap should be let's see here. Points from vault purpose and design intent. Oh. Outro. Telling people where to find the project. and where to find me, probably be useful. I'm gonna post it on GitHub eventually. Oh yeah, I get through, so the current steps to everything is getting through the rest of the documentation of the instructions, going through that, make sure I'm happy with it, everything as is, creating a GitHub account, putting it on GitHub, and then making the video so that all the links are there for everybody, and I can say, go to this link and go to this link, and I can tell them the link without going, the link will be in the description. They'll be in the description too, but I can put them on screen and all that. Nice thing about recording videos is that I can give myself breaks wherever I want. I don't have to go through everything all together. I can go, okay, here's this segment, here's this segment, and I can have shorter videos of each segment. Would that work? No, I might. With the source record stuff, that'll be a little more difficult. So, but if I do it all at the same time. So I record the intro, mark down Obsidian. Those will be talkie points. Design intent will be bit talkie, and then that'll be the first go to the vault and show it on screen. Or maybe I just do all my talkie points and then record. See, I want to do everything at once like I do during a live video, but I don't know if that'll be the best way to handle this particular thing. Might just want to treat it as B-roll. And then go, okay, I talked about this. I need to show, screen capture this bit, bring that into DaVinci Resolve. Oh yeah, that's right. We're going to edit with DaVinci Resolve. Here, OBS, source record plugin, testing needed, DaVinci Resolve. Then I upload to YouTube. Schedule a video release and blue sky message. Okay, this is getting out of apps needed, so this should be a different thing. You're finishing up. Let's keep the capitalization. Okay, upload to YouTube, schedule a video, release, and a blue sky message. Because, I want to tell people that they can get the thing that I just made. And they have multiple instruction things for them. Just generally being useful. Let's see here. I think that's about it for that. Upload to YouTube, schedule video release, and Skype message. Okay. Oh yeah, just in case. Fill out metadata. So we have intro. Then Nick, hello, welcome on in. How you doing? Finishing up outline for my video, or sorry, my vault line for my video on my TTRPG Vault. And I'm going to make a section of this document for my URLs. So the GitHub URL will go here. YouTube URL. And the bsky post URL. There, that way I just have a place for it. Actually, let's separate this section out too. There we go. There, looking good. Now I can talk about my vault on camera and maybe sound like I know what I'm doing. That'd be excellent. Oh, I want to show you all something about Obsidian real quick here. Let's get rid of me. Oh, let's see here. Boop. Okay. So over on the side here, let me bring it up. Over here is the outline view. So every time I have a header gets into the outline view, then what you can do with the outline view, let me then let's fit this to screen. And what I can do, say I want to move a section. So I click on it in the outline view. Oh, one more thing. Words. Gotta activate another program real quick. Load. Okay, it loaded. Yay. All right. So over here on the outline view, every time I created a heading, it created something here. And so if I need to move anything, like I want finishing up above apps needed, I can just drag finishing up, put it above apps, and everything associated below that heading automatically moves. So yeah, that's outline view. I really like it because I can just click and move around the big sections. All right. So, gonna take a break, be about 5 minutes, run some ads. And when I come back, I have a little rant to go on. And then we'll keep working on video stuff. All right, so stay tuned for a rant if you want. It'll be great. Ranticipation, right? Okay, be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking around through the break. And let's see here. Let's pause the music a little bit here so I can properly rant. And I just have to check something real quick. Ooh, what's this? What's this? Ah, Logitech has a new mouse. All right, well, that's something we can talk about on Tech Friday. Yay. All right, let's get into rant time. Actually, let me... No, I can leave all this up as is. It's fine. Okay, so... Oh, wait. I gotta move a window back to where it was. There we go. Okay, rant. Oh, I was looking through YouTube yesterday at all the various videos because that's what I do. And no surprise, in my suggestion feed is tech videos and TTRPG videos. Who would have guessed, right? And I saw a title to a video saying something like the days, or maybe it was the era of Notion and Obsidian are dead. I'm like, I like Obsidian. What are you talking about? So I click on it. And there's this person. And they're talking about how Notion and Obsidian are now useless. And the 5 AI tools, that's right, 5 AI tools this person uses to replace them. I stopped watching there. First off, you're using 5 AI tools to replace a program. How does learning all those and the prompts make anything better? It's 5 separate things. You can have one program. And so, you know, there's something to be said about learning different tools times, because now there's 5 different AI things. They each probably have their own kind of prompt language, or I could just figure out how to do it in Obsidian the same amount of time. Because, you know, the moment I saw that, I'm like, well, I'm still going to use Obsidian. What could be better than Obsidian? And then, you know, he said 5 AI tools. I'm like, yeah, no, nope. And it's just like, no, AI doesn't solve any problem for me. You know, especially Gen AI. Gen AI can get right out. You know what I would have liked AI to have been going, okay, here's this model, right? It handles these advanced computation things and stuff, and you can put it on your hard drive, and it can just live in a corner of your hard drive. You decide what information to feed it, and it does maybe a couple of very specific things very well. And that's it. It doesn't create pictures or video or audio. It just takes data and organizes it in a way you like, and then brings it back out to you. And if that's how AI had kind of always been presented, I would have liked that a lot more. And that's kind of how I think AI should be used, if used at all. Is that just a little thing that lives on your hard drive? It doesn't go out. It doesn't talk to the internet at all. You feed it some information, it does some complicated math things, and then it throws out, thing. Boggles my mind that so many folks are all in on AI. Besides the cognitive harm, there's the environmental harm, the ethical harm. The people complain about the higher bills, the price of RAM, and don't see the connection. Exactly. Right? And Zero was talking about this earlier today on his stream, that he saw a Reddit post where somebody asked, what do you guys do when you no longer know what to put in for prompts? And it's just like, okay, that's certainly a statement. My employer is all in on it, and I just refuse to take the training. Yeah, I can see. And what I like about a little AI model that sits on your own machine is that, right? It's not harvesting these massive resources. It's just taking, it's just using what you can give it. Yeah, I hope things work out for you with that, JD lady. And yeah, especially the cognitive harm is so. I almost want to use the word amazing because of what it does. Not only, I mean, why aren't you verifying this data? Like it's some sort of, why is the AI the trust machine? I don't get that. Some people aren't even bothering to verify what they're getting back. Plus, you're not flexing anything in, say, I'm creating a dungeon design, a dungeon for my players. I don't want to give that to AI. That's for me to come up with. That's using my creative skills. I don't want to give that creative skills to something else. I just that's gotta come from me. I wanna do that. Right? And if I don't have the time to do it, then I don't have the time to do it. I saw one argument where, oh yeah, think about using AI as, it'll give you something that's 90% there. No, I want to do all that 90%. If you can't do that 90%, you don't have time to make it. It's got to be about you scheduling time for things and maybe playing that out. So yeah. Very tiny cog in a, what was this? Very tiny cog in a very big wheel. I don't think they'll notice. Oh, I would think. Former employer would stand up for you. Yay. So ready for this bubble to burst. That said, pretty much all of us want holodecks, and part of me wonders if all this stumbling and blundering is the path to that. Just worry that'll cause the world to implode before we ever get there, right? I've said this before. If tech bros, yeah, I'm gonna blame rich tech bros, had said, hey, we have this thing that does all these advanced models, because again, even calling it AI, I just, unless it's data from next generation, I just can't call it AI. But as they said, here's this thing. that can do these wonderfully complicated things. And, you take it, you use it. If you want to use it with a cloud service, here you go. Here's some stuff. But you can take this, use it on your own things, and hey, to keep iterating on these, we need more data. So would it be possible to use data from you or your images artist person here, and how much would that be? And if there was any moral, ethical consideration before launching AI out into the world, we'd be in a better place for it. So yes, I am directly blaming people, because people, and the subset of people are the rich tech bros that decided to release it without any consideration to morality or ethics. So ready for this bubble to burst. That said, pretty much all of us want holodecks, and part of me wonders, yeah. I mean, saying computer arch would be, well, better to ask forgiveness, pay fine than permission, right? Yeah, that's such a BS line. It always has been. Especially in business, where if you don't want to get in trouble for something, you need to line up all your ducks in a row beforehand. There's tons of legal implications you need to think about and go through, and make sure you have the rights for XYZ. Because if you don't, and you release a thing, that can get your thing shut down. You find a bunch of money, right? It's just not worth it. I've never liked that line of thinking. Now, sometimes there's, if I wait to ask for permission, this thing won't get done, and we need this thing to get done. I understand that. But as a general rule of thumb thing, rules of thumb should be cut off. That thumb should be cut. As fine as I'm fine with these things, as long as you state them as general principles and not a lifestyle to live by. Like, here's this thing, or I usually say this. I mean, I do it on Tech Friday, right? I say, you should use a macro pad. Now, I highly recommend Stream Decks, but it's just general advice, right? You don't have to, but I think they make your life easier. I'm not going to say you must absolutely have one. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. It's up to you, This evolving technology plus the ethics of the Federation would have been really something fantastic, right? If they had paid attention to Star Trek, particularly Next Generation, and said, I want holodeck. How did they get to holodeck? And yeah, also the line of that if they didn't just release it and have it take everything, then it would have taken a long time for them to build up what they are now. I'm like, yes, it would have taken a long time. That's fine. Let it take a long time. I don't know what the need was to just have it all done right away. and we could have much different conversations. But the billionaires need more money today, right? You're not first, you're last. Yeah. What is it? Sorry, I got distracted. There. All right, so that's kind of my rant on that. Thanks for staying tuned. But all that because of one YouTube video I saw, and I'm just like, ah. Here's 10 things that are better than this one thing, but you need to use all 10 to be better than this one thing. Uh-huh. So let's see. Ooh. Hey, since we were speaking about Obsidian, this video came up a couple hours ago. I'll actually link to this. Now, this creator has been doing a lot with Obsidian. Talks a lot about it, but if you want some essential tips for beginners on Obsidian bases, as a video up. So check that out. Oh, there's another video I need to watch. Okay. All right, now I'm looking at videos like, ooh, this person talked about this thing. Here's another stationary video I'll need to watch. Open that in a new tab. Is it a week JetPens puts out a video? Probably not. Oh, going back to AI stuff, the AI bubble. Yeah, it's going to burst at some point, and mostly it will. I think I heard this commentary that'll be a financial bubble, and that's true. Like the technology will still be around and everything, and it's probably not going anywhere. However, people are going to lose a lot of money on it at some point soon. Doesn't mean it's going away. The technology is vanishing, but there'll be there's probably going to be a big money loss. but it may not terminate everything that AI is and does and everything. So it's kind of two separate categories. And I'm like, that's an interesting idea. I don't really know enough about it to, have a full explanation for you on all the ins and outs. All right. Let's see here, we got that. Let's go to my Twitch. All right, so let's try to turn this thing around to something more positive. We'll take another look at the vault I'm making, or the vault video Voutline. And oh yeah, I made a special scene for this. Ta-da! So here it is. Oh, we can shore this up a little bit here. All right, OBS. Why are you doing this to me? Okay, well, this will work. Kind of center it a little bit, kind of, sort of. Anyway, so here's the plan for the video. You have an intro. Then I talk about Markdown and Obsidian briefly. I don't want to go into, everything I love about Markdown and Obsidian. I just gotta give a use case. And then the design intent behind the vault. The steps in using the vault. Brief overview of all the folders that I give you. So this would be a good time to talk about DM info and player info separation, why those are. Then I think actually I'm going to move organization before templates. Yeah, we'll do organization, then we'll go through some templates that I provide. Then we got a recap and outro. Then I need to remember to upload the video to YouTube, fill out the metadata, schedule the release and Blue Sky message, and record the URLs. So I have them somewhere and not just floating around. And that's why I use Obsidian to record things like, hey, that thing I made, where is that thing? And I should have an Obsidian note for thing. I can always, have a place to go instead of having, oh, I think I put that over here, or, oh yeah, I need to open that tab. I I just have the URL available to me. I can copy paste. So yeah, as I said, I still need to do a little more of the written instructions on the vault. And once those are done, got to get the whole thing to GitHub. Then I'll get working on the video. And I don't know how long all that will take me. I tend to do just a little bit at a time. So, but that's the idea anyway. Whether that works or not, find out. I'll be glad when I can go, yeah, use this. And oh, I just thought of something else I need to add to the video. It'd be important to know. Let's see here. Need a section on sharing. To share player info with the players. So that'd be things like cloud storage. I can really spell something like Screen Garden. / other community plugins. See, what I really like about all this is that since folders and vaults, or folders and notes, are just presented as files on your main machine, or on whatever machine you have the vault on, you could just take the player info and copy that over to a cloud drive. Just put those folders in like a G drive folder, share that G drive folder, and then as you update things, you can email them or say, yeah, check out, hey, this was updated, or just, say, hey, before, a day or so before the session, check and see if there's more files in there. Because they're markdown files, your players can just take those markdown files and open them in whatever text editor thing they have and can read the information. So even if you don't want to, figure out syncing vaults, you don't have to. Let's see here. That would be with sync thing, GitHub. Right? I mean, you can use stuff like sync thing or GitHub to also host your vaults. Players can just go to those. So there's lots of ways to do it, and I'm not going to go this particular video. I'm not going to go over specifically how I use Screen Garden. It's just going to get a mention, and then maybe I point to another video. Not that. Oh, let's see here. URLs for... Oh, I'll show you all what I'm putting in here right now. Back up in the Markdown and Obsidian things. URLs for Markdown. Obsidian. And my blog posts on Markdown. I'll probably mention that and say, you know, links in the description. So yeah, that'd be good. All right. So yeah, should have roughly 30-minute video or less by the time I get through everything. Then dividing it all into sections, making sure everything's time-stamped. So if you know a thing, you can just skip over that part and go to the timestamp you need. Or if you need to continue the video later. All right, so that looks good. Okay, so I have tasks, I have a plan. Yay. Yay, planning things. Yay, having something to look at going, oh yeah, that seems good. All right, I'm going to close that for right now. I think we're going to end a little early so I can order some dinner and get going. I got to go to the pharmacy as well. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow, though. Yeah. All right, so let's see who's on that I can send a raid over to. And let's see, is Steven on? Steven's on. Okay, we're going to go raid Steven. Thank you all for being here once again. Really appreciate it. I'm DC. You can find me everywhere under DC Lasair. /DC. In chat. Go there, do the things. Follow me on Blue Sky. Help me out a lot. And I will see you all tomorrow with more Suikoden 2, and then on Friday for Tech Friday. As soon as I can spell Stephen Joys, that'd be great. Alright, be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other, stay tuned for the raid, and come on back tomorrow. Bye.